Got my chicken coop.
Chicken coop makeover from before to after. Welcome to A.HerbHaven. My name is Amanda. I have a 450 square foot residential garden with over a decade worth of experience. Here I'm expanding, so this is my first time chicken owner, and I have inherited a chicken coop that I'm going to do a massive makeover. Previously, I sanded the entire chicken coop. I spray painted the screen, and this is what it looked like after my paint job. I'm far from being done, and this is a very large project, and I am glad to take you along with me. Phase 2 in the chicken coop makeover. I'm here at Lowe's, and I need to get paint and stain. They move into the big coop 6 to 8 weeks, but we can get it done by week 6. I am gonna do this one, flat black primer. Problem is, I need 2 of the same one. Satin. That is what I'm gonna do. I almost got purple. I don't want that. That guy was extremely helpful. We ended up chit-chatting, house developments, new ideas for chicken coops. It was very helpful. And as I'm walking into the parking lot, I see his Employee of the Month parking spot with his face on it. And I highly agree. Good job, you guys. Every time I go to Lowe's, I end up making a friend. To the house. First things first, I need to staple the end of the chicken wire. I always have a hard time with this thing. Problem is I figure out how to use it, and then I don't use it for like 3 months and forget how to put it together. Okay, Model T50, close and personal. Whoops. It's a makeover for a reason, so. This face is black. Around it will be what it is. Mom, I forgot. These. I'm gonna leave the door because I was gonna paint the door white because the trim will be white. I'm gonna add trim over because I want to cover up this spikes. Either a 1x6 or a 1x4 here and a 1x4 here. But I was thinking about taking the 1x4 and doing slots going down just so I can protect the chickens from the heat because the sun will shift. They may be in the shade now, but when the sun starts to set over here, this will get blasted. So I wanted to protect the chickens as much as possible from the heat. Oh, that's sharp right there. I wanted the presentation to be white and black. Elijah, what are you doing, bud? Staining will go faster and smoother. Man, but let's get to it. For deck sliding fences. Are you kidding me? This was for fences the whole time? Son of a gun. It is time to take off this door and start painting the whole coop white. I am ready. And for the last couple of days, I have suffered a skin rash from the spray paint from the first day. Can you believe that? Now my skin is really dry, so be careful. It was a windy day. I should have known better. And then turns out this whole time the stain could cover the metal. We live and learn. We live and learn. So I'm gonna play some music and we're gonna time lapse this. Well, dang. Ugh. I am done for the day. I did as much as I possibly could. I practically painted this whole thing white. This coat is done and complete. The top may need to be touched. But even all the way around, the back side of the hem, I do have to, this part is done. I need to touch up that part and this part up top. I did the divots within there. My kids are gonna paint the mural in there. But as far as it goes, this is gonna get covered, that's gonna get covered with this whiteboard. I'm gonna keep the inside natural. Maybe I'll have my kids paint a mural on those boards. I did get paint all along here, but that's gonna be covered up. This is where they're gonna go in. This is like a door, so it's not gonna be completely blocked off. Uh-oh, my kitty! Elijah. I do have to touch up this board. I didn't realize that when I was going in and out of here. I knew I was getting this side of the board, but I didn't realize I was getting this side of the board. So I am gonna have to touch that up. I am not gonna be able to paint all the way there up in that crease. So what I'm gonna do is take another piece of wood, stain it, and then tack it along here and the coop. Stain this board black. I might paint it white, just depends on what I feel like. Whatever paint I have in my hand, when it comes to time to paint that, that's the paint that I'm gonna choose. So far I'm very happy and pleased. I'm just gonna leave the bottom natural. I will have to touch up this with the stain as well. Inside here is a little different story. I really don't feel like going over the roof. So I think I'm gonna make a cute little pattern right there. On zigzags and paint that, as well as it is for up there. I want in here to be as natural. This bar will come out. I will have two rods coming here somehow, some way. I want to add a window here and possibly there, just so I can have flow going this way and not just this way. There was a flap right here. I've already painted the flap. I do, however, need to paint the door. I simply saved these brushes to use for tomorrow by wrapping a plastic bag over it. It works. This is all the wood that needs to go along the coop. I think I'm probably gonna, I don't know if I want to do that before doing more paint, because I'm gonna end up painting the next day, cutting the next day, painting. Or I can cut tomorrow and then paint the rest of it, finishing touches, the following day. I think that might be smart. Elijah, come on, move. The idea is to create a barrier so critters don't go dig underneath and they can't dig out to come up. So eventually these things are going to be staked in, but I need to staple them into the bottom before I add the wood. And then I'm going to lift them up and clip them up, so when I dig the trenches for the new landscaping, I will be able to do so. Afterwards, I'll cut holes around it where it needs to be cut. Then at that point, I will stake it in the ground. I got me. I don't know what phase this is. It is time, scoochie booch bud, cut the wood. Let's go. I just hope the measurements, everything pays off. I really hope. Pre-drill and make this framing better. Lines up. $25 minutes to put on this one piece of wood, let alone the whole project that I have done. Speed up. I always got hair. Wow. All right. Just the top, then the side. Believe it or not, I am almost done. I am done putting the wood around the outside. Wow. Good or good? Wow. Hallelujah. Hey. Bye. Although I do have to say it is kind of warm up here. This was supposed to lift up. All I have to do is just paint the added wood. Not that hard, but it's gonna be a process. And next week I will be working on the landscape. Fun, fun. I'm excited to move on and do something different than doing the same thing I've been doing, because I'm about burnt out. I'm about burnt out. I am just about done. I'm crazy. Now it's time to get my kids involved. My oldest, she does this famous drawing and it's the sunset, so I told her let's do it right here. And my youngest, she loves flowers, so I had her try and paint the flower base. This was happening, we had an air show fly over our house, so we had a pretty cool oohs and ahs. So from before sanding, after sanding, spray painting, to putting on the baseboard, to the aftermath. Next week is landscape. Thank you, dogs, for eating my gloves. Blood, sweat, and tears went into this. Yeah. Stay tuned for next week as the chicken makeover is complete.